Hi, Mom.
Hi,
Hi,
Amelia.
Dad.
Hello.
So my online journalism professor wanted us to interview a member of our family of one of our best family stories. And they said it could be the day that my parents met or the day that I was born, but I think you guys have a funnier one in mind.
Okay. Of course, I don't want to make myself look bad, but I will relate
I think I'm going to look the worst, so.
a very funny story. When Amelia was 3 years old, your dad was in college at San Francisco State getting his teaching credential, and I decided he needed time alone, so I took you and your twin sisters with a friend out for cheeseburgers. We ate, and then we went to the bookstore on Valencia.
What is that bookstore?
That is Dog-Eared Books, still there, still thriving. But at this time, 1998, the bookstore had a display for bathroom reading.
What was this display?
This display had a model toilet, without plumbing, of course, with books that you may be interested in reading while you're sitting on the toilet. So we went into the bookstore. I let the twins loose from their stroller. Amelia was running around the bookstore. I moseyed over to the display, the bathroom display, and I noticed that people are going by this display and suddenly leaving as if they were smelling something unpleasant, which in fact they were. I looked over to the toilet to see Amelia, my 3-year-old, sitting on the display toilet having the biggest bowel movement of her 3 years.
Oh, God.
I was at a complete loss. Embarrassment set in, and I looked to my friend and said, "What do I do?" And she said, "We have to get out of here," which at that point I stuffed those twins back in the stroller and ran out of the bookstore. When we got home, your father, Amelia, was here finishing up his homework, and we related the story to him. He promptly called the bookstore and said, "Do you have a toilet in the middle of your store?" And they said yes. And he said, "Could you walk over to it and see if there's a bowel movement in it?"
Wow.
I think I was more eloquent in my language. But the bottom line was they were unaware at the cashier's area that in the back of the store, someone had used the toilet. A lot of people would not have jumped in their car to drive over to a place to try to clean up a bowel movement in a store display commode. I was like, I had nothing else to do. So, I got some rubber gloves. I had a little clean kit. I had a lot of paper towels, and I was ready to do it. It was my daughter's defecation. So I went over there. The guy was very appreciative, and I did apologize. Of course, I made myself look good, and my wife and children not so good. I got out of there, and no one got hurt.
Do you know what happened to that toilet after that?
They have since got rid of that ingenious display. Actually, that's the first toilet your father has ever cleaned, by the way, I might say.
And the last?
And the last. Amelia has ended the throne display at Dog-Eared Books with one uniquely large bowel movement at the age of 3.
Did you ever come back in a
yes.
month later and relay it?
I tried to support the bookstore by frequenting and buying books I didn't need.
True. And I've never brought it up, and I don't think I ever will.
Okay.